All right, it's time to go over my top 10 tight ends for week 11. We're getting right into this video, starting here at number 10. We're going Tucker Kraft. This is the tight end's getting a lot of targets, right? They're coming off of a bye week. Should have some pretty good, rapport with this quarterback in Jordan Love. He's doing great. I told you guys at the beginning of the year, don't worry about Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave's in the past. When the guys got drafted back-to-back, I said, look, Tucker Kraft's a better tight end than Luke Musgrave, and we're seeing that week in and week out. He's getting a lot of targets. He's able to do some good things with this. He's a top 10 tight end for me consistently on this channel, and he's producing for us. I love to see that. This week, they're taking on a Bears defense that ranks 20th against opposing tight ends. He could be leaned on this week, right? I mean, Caleb Williams in general is struggling, right? So they do have a good defense still. So the Packers offense, I'm hoping that Jordan Love got a little bit rested up during his bye week with that groin injury he's having. Hopefully he's a lot better off. But he loves targeting Tucker Kraft. Why does he target Tucker Kraft? Because he can depend on Tucker Kraft coming down with the football and getting some yardage. I like myself some Tucker Kraft this week. I think he gets the job done and easily a top 10 tight end for me in week 11. Move right along here at number 9. We're going Taysom Hill. This is somebody that I like, just based on what he can do for you as an offense. You put him in the tight end position, he can throw the football, he can catch the football, he can run the football. He can do a little bit of everything. He plays running back, he plays tight end, he plays slot wide receiver, he plays quarterback, he plays fullback. He plays everything. Right, so he can touch the football in a lot of different situations. He can get the ball on the goal line, at the 1 yard line. If they need a 4th down rush, they get him the ball. He can truck people. Just at the tight end position, he's pretty valuable. So I do like myself some Taysom Hill this week. They are taking on a Browns defense that ranks 5th against the opposing tight ends, but he is a jack of all trades with an offense, right? With a lot of missing pieces. So you can't really say they're 5th against the tight end position because he doesn't just play tight end. So it's hard to say, hey, look, he has a tough matchup. Well, he plays all over the field, so it's not necessarily a tough matchup. They're missing everybody. They're not going to have Chris Olave. They're not going to have Rashid Shaheed. The weapons are out there. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is the number 1 wide receiver for this offense. They're going to need pieces. They have Alvin Kamara. They have Derek Carr. That's about it, right? So Taysom Hill's going to get involved. He's going to get some points, and I like him in here at number 9 for my top 10 tight ends. In week 11, I think he's going to be do a good job for you this week. Get the guy into your lineups. Move right along here at number 8. We're going Kyle Pitts. This is a tight end that I know we've been saying it since his rookie season. Oh, this is the year. This is the year. Even it started out this season, it wasn't very good, right? It's starting to kind of gel together. Kirk Cousins is almost making Kyle Pitts be a decent tight end right now. He's had an explosion game. I give him that. But he's just been okay throughout the season. I mean, this week, they are taking on a Broncos defense that ranks 18th against opposing tight ends, putting up some solid and consistent numbers each week. So he has a floor there for you. That's pretty good. It's a good tight end floor. You don't have to be very outlandish to be a great tight end in the NFL for as far as fantasy football reasons goes. But I like what Kyle Pitts is able to give you week in and week out with Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. This week, I think they do just enough against a difficult Broncos defense. They're going to need Kyle Pitts to do well, right? They're very good against the pass, so I wouldn't be crazy about Darnell Mooney or Cortland Sutton, but you do have somebody in Kyle Pitts that can make it happen. So I like Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson more than the receiving options for the Falcons. Had to put Kyle Pitts into my lineup as well. Move right along here at number 7. We're going Sam Laporta. This is a tight end. Huge disappointment for me. I would say Sam Laporta is more of a disappointment for me this season than Kyle Pitts was. Sam Laporta was my number 1 tight end. The number 1 guy who was supposed to be putting up all these fantasy points, did great as a rookie last season. I mean, so much promise, and then he's kind of like just fell. That's all I can say. I can't even put words into how poopy this situation has become. But I think it's starting to gel together. He's starting to have some good games. I'm ready for him to have an explosion game. And if he's going to have an explosion game, it's probably going to come this week. This week, they take on a Jaguars defense that ranks 26th against opposing tight ends. Laporta should have really an easy time getting open. There's nobody on this defense that's going to be able to slow down Laporta, be able to slow down Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jameson Williams, right? You got Jahmyr Gibbs, you got David Montgomery, a lot of pieces on this offense. They're going to have to try to slow down. And I think the last person they're going to try to slow down will be Sam Laporta, which is going to be a benefactor him a lot. I think Jared Goff is going to look at him quite a bit down the field, get the job done, have Sam Laporta being a massive, massive value piece this week in week 11. So let's move right along here at number 6. I'm going Evan Ingram. This is another tight end that's almost like a target hog at this point, right? I mean, Trevor Lawrence, if he's back, targets him a lot. If not, now you got Mac Jones. Can Mac Jones get the job done? we're going to have to wait and see who's going to be the starting quarterback as of the recording of this video. I'm not sure if Trevor Lawrence is going to be back or not. But either way it goes, Evan Ingram is targeted a lot in this offense. He should be able to get a solid baseline of fantasy points. It's going to be a negative game script. This week, they're taking on a Lions defense that ranks second against opposing tight ends. Negative game script, that could mean a heavy volume for him. And while, yes, they are very good against the tight end position, it's one of those things that the volume is king, right? Are they going to throw it down to Brian Thomas Jr. a lot? Probably. But I know one thing. With safety blankets, Evan Ingram's going to get a lot of touches in this offense this week, even though they're going against a team that's really good defending the tight end position. I think Evan Ingram is good enough to be in the top 6 for me. We were along here though. Number 5, we're going TJ Hawkinson. This is a guy I think he's starting to get his legs back underneath him. Right, had a nice game last week as well. You know, now that he's back from a couple games from his injury, and I just think he's a part of this offense now. He is him, Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson. They're getting the job done. This week they're taking on a Titans defense that ranks 6th against opposing tight ends, getting more work as he gets back into the swing of things. So as they start working it back into the offense, as he gets used to having all of his stamina back, right? Not getting too tired, not becoming an Anthony Richardson, tapping his helmet, if you know what I mean. Getting the job done. Good, solid fantasy tight end for us. We forget sometimes what he was able to do last year with Kirk Cousins. This year, he's got Sam Darnold doing just as well. So I do like myself, TJ Hawkinson. I think it's warranted that he is a top 5 tight end for me. Love the guy this week. I think he's a phenomenal piece. If you need a tight end to put into your lineup, you got to have TJ Hawkinson. I think it's rocking and rolling. Moving right along here. At number 4, we're going Brock Bowers. This is a tight end coming off a bye week, right? I think he's ready to get rocking, rolling straight into the get-go, right? That's what I'm going to call into the get-go, right? So you have Jacoby Myers on the outside. That's about all you got. I'm done. That's it. So Brock Bowers is the reason why he gets so many targets. There's nobody else on this offense that even warrants targets other than Jacoby Myers. So no matter who the quarterback is, I don't care who they put in there. They can put in Mary Poppins at quarterback. He's going to get a lot of targets, right? This week they're taking on a Dolphins team, right? That ranks 8th against opposing tight ends. But he is the focal point in this offense. I think Miami's going to come out here and blow the doors off the Raiders. What does that mean? Negative game script, which means they're going to throw the ball a lot. If they throw the ball a lot, a large percentage of those throws are going to Brock Bowers. That could lead to a lot of fantasy points. Volume equals fantasy points, guys. So I think Brock Bowers clearly number 4 for me in this offense. Like what he can provide for your fantasy team. Coming off fresh legs, off of the bye week. They're ready to rock and roll on all cylinders. Look for Brock Bowers to have a big week 11. We're right along here at number 3. Yes, number 3. We're going David Njoku. David Njoku, I'm telling you, I think he has a massive game this week. Jameis Winston's coming to town, throwing the football all over the field. And where are they going to be playing? Well, they're taking on a New Orleans Saints team that ranks 15th against opposing tight ends. Winston's going to sling the ball all over. The entire game he's going to be slinging the ball. It's almost like a revenge game for Jameis Winston. We do realize that the Saints let him go. He ended up signing with the Cleveland Browns. Well, now he gets to go back against the team that gave up on him and went over to Derek Carr instead. Jameis Winston, whether he may not say that because he's a changed man, he's coming in there. And he's coming in there to light some fire. I'm telling you, I think David Njoku is going to get targeted a lot. Sometimes the tight end position is not covered very well by the New Orleans Saints. Trust me, I am a Saints fan. I know. So I think David Njoku comes there and tears us up. I think he does. Massive game. Easily at number 3 for me. Coming in at number 2, we're going Travis Kelce, right? Tried and true guy. He's number 2. He gets the job done. And I do think that since Hopkins came along, taking a lot of pressure off of Travis Kelce. He's able to get open. He's able to find these little nooks and crevices to get open to get the football. Patrick Mahomes is finding him. Right? This week, they are taking on a Bills defense that ranks 11th against opposing tight ends. Like I was saying earlier, though, Hopkins takes a lot of pressure off of Travis Kelce. And I like that. I like that they're kind of ramping up now towards a playoff push in the NFL, which is helping you ramp up to take a playoff push in fantasy football. So Travis Kelce, a big part of the offense, a big part of what they're doing there. And I think he's just going to help you get the job done and ultimately conquer a victory for you today or this week. It's going to be great. I love myself some Travis Kelce. Get him in your lineup. Coming at number 1, we've got George Kittle. George Kittle has had himself a season, y'all. He's had himself a season. I used to name him as like a boom or bust type of player. Now he's more boom than bust at this point. Probably because of all the injuries on the offense. With Deebo Samuel missing time, Christian McCaffrey missing time. You got Brandon Ayuk missing time. The one person who stayed healthy, George Kittle. right? And this week they're taking on a Seahawks defense that ranks 21st against opposing tight ends. He's been a stud all season long. He's worth the #1 tight end selection in my rankings right now, just because his floor is so high and he's consistently just tearing up the league at this point. He's doing the thing right now. Love myself some George Kittle. Easily #1 for me in week 11. But that's my top 10 tight ends for week 11, guys. Make sure you guys put a comment down below. Is there any tight ends that I didn't put in my top 10 that you believe should be in the tight end position? Let me know in the comment below. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're rocking out so many videos each and every week to set you the best lineup possible so you can go in there and win your league. We want you to win a championship. So make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button and be a part of the family here at the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.